This trackway was found by Shane in August of 2019. It had only been about a year or so since I had started coming out there, and this was an exceptionally nice trackway because it showed these barefoot tracks stepping all over sticks and not re-stepping, and they all seem to generate from this corner of the mudflat area coming off the ridge and crossing in that direction almost every time. So enjoy. This is Shane's breakdown of what he found.
All right, I gotta make this quick, but we have tracks. Here is one. Here is two. Three. They get better. Four. You can see the toes on that one. And some pushback. Five. This one actually looks like the heel set down and it slipped forward. You can see the big toe there. All the toes didn't come out in it though. 6. See the toes there. This one is crazy.
Now here Shane mentions the mid-tarsal. Most of the tracks don't show this, so it could just be a product of being pushed back in the mud and being a natural flexion of a foot with an arch. So keep that in mind, that we may not believe mid-tarsal is a thing yet.
7. You can see it all real well there. This one actually, this is the first one that I noticed, and I thought it was a double bear track because it almost looks like two tracks here. Well, then I realized that when a bear steps down, this would be the front of the front paw, and the back paw would have stepped on top of the front paw. So this right here is actually pushed back from the mid-tarsal. That's what that tells me, because if this were the back foot of a bear, it would have stepped on top of that and smashed it down. And you can see it's raised fairly well. So that's 6. We got 7 right here. 8, 9, and then guess where it goes? Of course, into the water. Awesome, awesome. So try to show these. You can see these are in a damn straight line. They are 9 3/4 to 10 inch, every single one of them, and 34 to 36 inch stride in each one. Look at that. And just to show you the difference in the tracks that I'm leaving right now, these are my tracks right here compared to that. Look how deep that is. Much deeper than mine. That actually looks like, that's crazy. Like it had to have pushed off really hard on the front half of its foot right there. Interesting. So that's it, man. What'd I say? How many tracks did I say were there? Let's count them again. We got, this one's got some decent toes in it too. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 tracks altogether. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This one is just really, really good. Love it, love it, love it. I'm getting a little sunlight, so getting where you can see them a little better. Oh, there's a good one right there too. You can see the toes really well on that one. Anyway, I'm gonna move on out. I gotta get back to camp. I'm gonna sit at camp. As you see, it's starting to, sun's starting to go down, and I'm gonna be hanging out. Sun's right there behind that tree, so I'm going to be hanging out here after dark and see what happens.
Now, even though most of the time these footprints seem to generate from that corner, that lower corner of the mudflat area, the water is always at different degrees of retreating or filling up. So sometimes there's more mud flats, and so the water level that it shows from the Google picture that I took this off of is slightly different than when he found those tracks. There was a little bit more water in there at the time, or as the water was retreating, so it exposed a much more softer, muddy, silty substrate between the gravel bars. So there are gravel bars in there, or gravel beds, that especially over there next to the ridge wall where these footprints generally come from. So it's some barefoot person or thing walking across these gravel beds and into the mud flats. And even in the mud flats where they're exposed to the sticks and the protruding sticks and structures that, typically a human barefoot would step on a sharp stick and double step or re-step, definitely pulling back as the soles of your feet get stabbed, but not these footprints. These footprints just kind of stomp and smash through the brush or through the sticks without any issues, without any problems. So here's another view. I kind of filled in that area where the water typically, when it's a little higher, kind of separates some of those higher gravel beds. So something has to walk across these gravel beds, to reach different things of water. So just rest assured that we are going to keep watching, keep looking, and keep trying to find sign out there at the 400. And here's one more pan out on the property. You can see where the base camp is, where the red, not the red X at the bottom, but the red X there at the top on the east side of those flats. Well, at the extreme west end of those flats up there is where these prints are found. But that there is a diagram where you can see the blue. The blue is the bait station, and that yellow is the trail going all the way up to the Crawler Hill area. And I am currently working on a video about the Crawler Hill activity that we've had in the past, and I think you're going to like it. So this just kind of gives you a better overview of the entire area, or at least that lower area where we camp, and then the west end where we find all the prints, and then the upper part of the property where Crawler Hill is located. So, okay, so keep that in mind, and my next video will involve the Crawler Hill area.